Hello, this is Padge and welcome to another episode of Padge Plays Retro Edition with the game Buggy Boy on the Commodore 64. Developed by Elite Systems based on the arcade game of the same name, and that was from Taito, or Tatsumi if you prefer, back in 1987. I was 4 years old when this came out, so I obviously didn't have it from the off. However, this was one game which I came across when I used to go to the corner shop of all places. Back in the day, you didn't have to go to places like Game or Game Station or GameStop or anything like that. You could just walk into your local WH Smith's or your local corner shop, and there in the corner there'd be a whole cardboard rack of different games out there. And I came across some weird and wonderful items in my time, and this was one of them. I have fond memories of this game, and I've noticed during lockdown, as well as playing a few of the larger games which take, in upwards of 50 to 60 to 70 plus hours, I've been going back to my childhood a little bit more and playing the older games that I used to play as a boy. This being one of them. So I thought it'd be interesting because I've obviously played the Commodore 64 version a lot, but I've never actually played the arcade version. So what I've done is I've managed to find a working ROM on the Mame software, which is the arcade emulator software, and I thought I'd play Commodore 64 first, get a good gist of what I used to play with, and then we'd launch blindly into the arcade version on Mame and just compare and contrast and see if the arcade version steps up to what I remember about the Commodore 64 version, or vice versa. I'd like to think that the arcade version will be far superior to the Commodore 64 version, being based on a home console or home computer at the time. So let's see, shall we? Here we go. Buggy Boy. Now I've got my controller here. It's obviously not a joystick, which is a shame. Oh, I'm gonna have to swap them over. There we go. Hey, there we go. So we can go to off-road. We can go to north. We've got east, west, and funnily enough, south. As it stands, off-road I believe is the only one which is an actual full loop, whereas the rest is more of like a not a slalom as such, but just a one-way ticket. A road to nowhere, if you will. So we'll do off-road, see how it goes, and go from there, shall we? So we press 5 to start, So let's press that. Oh, I remember that music. Oh, beautiful. Oh, 2, go! Off we go. Off we go. Change gears. Oh, into high. Oh, beautiful. Here we go. Look at me swirling around. Now, the first thing which I remember, and again, it's hard to tell on whether it's actual nostalgia that does it or it's part of the game, is how smooth the game was. I was wondering whether at the time it felt smooth because I didn't know any better, but obviously with today's gaming rigs and consoles being way bouncy, being a lot more smoother frames, and obviously frame rate plays a pretty critical part of gameplay. Nobody likes nobody likes a jittery game. That I'd come back to this and think, oh, actually, go to low, that will help. Oh, okay, we'll just ignore that bit. That didn't happen. We'll edit it in post. Oh. Back to low. Oh dear, time's not good. Time is not good. Oh no. I've never been good at playing games and talking at the same time. Time! We need time! Oh, and we crashed. Okay, well, we'll call that a warm-up. We didn't even manage an entire circuit, but never mind. But yeah, the one thing which I was fearful of when playing this game initially back in lockdown was I'd come back to it and find that it wasn't as smooth as I remember. Now, as far as moving up and down in the menu screen, right now I'm having to move the toggle button quite a bit to be able to choose where I want to go. But once into the game, it's very smooth. So let's go on to north. See what that's all about. Oh, it's very mountainous. Let's go. Off we go. So I'm gonna have to pay more attention to where the time banners are. Oh, swirling all over the place. Come on. Oh no! Oh, I'm not good at making decisions. Oh, there we go. Okay, so avoid water. Taken. Point taken. Oh, there we go. Got some time. Oh. But yeah, generally speaking, it's all very smooth. And you got to remember, this is this is an 8-bit computer. It's not necessarily one of the, well, I suppose as far as the 8-bit computer is concerned, it was one of the better ones. But I know this game was released on a few different computers. Spectrum, I know it was on. Amstrad, I believe, as well. CPC. Ones which can be capable of doing so much better. But yeah, as I said, the smoothness of this is actually, it's blowing my mind a little. It's very good. And let's face it, you know, you look at a lot of these old games, and yes, nostalgia again tends to make you paint it. Oh, hey, you got some points. Tends to make you think things are a lot better than what they actually are. But it is definitely a lot more detailed than I expected it to be. That's for sure. It's quite smooth on looking at it as well. You know, there's no sort of real sort of harsh colours to anything. It's all legitimate. You know, it all fits in nicely. Oh, who are you? Better keep away from you. He's going in the pond if he stays at that angle. And as you can see, we've got different things we've got on the course as well. We've got banners, which are obviously a bad thing. Hence my example there. We need time. We've got the stones, which throws you up onto your 2 wheels, which I hear at certain places on each map they are actually needed in order to get past certain things. And as you can see from the demonstration, what am I supposed to do there? Oh, go upside. I didn't even know that. The logs actually make you jump in the air, which is, again, pretty handy at times. There we go. Oh, we didn't see it. Obviously, tunnels. You don't want to go into tunnels. The big rocks are bad. Okay. Oh, we've run out of time real quick. I don't know if it's because I'm not focusing on the time. Still yet to jump on the leaderboard. We're getting close. That's what we're on to now. West. Come on. There we go. Da 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 da. But they do fit a lot on the screen. Now, with a lot of old games, what they tend to do is make the play area a lot smaller in order to... Can I do it? Almost. I don't think I'm allowed to move once I hit the rock. I've got to sort of... Oh, that was me being greedy. You've got to just keep going straight, which is obviously easier said than done at times. Ah! See? Went into the water, you fool! Oh, I can't get that time. That seemed a bit unfair. I believe there are, if I remember rightly, footballs on here as well, which you can kick. I haven't come across one yet. I'll jump over you. Hey! But, oh, this side. For bonus points. But it's got something to do with you've got to collect all these flags in order of colour in order to pick up the bonus, whilst you're just getting points like that. Oh, lordy. We got around. It's fine. Missed the big banner. Hey! Checkpoint. I think that's the first one I've actually... No! Ah! Oh, a spectacular crash that was. I mean, if you're going to blow up, you might as well blow up while shooting in the air. Here we go. Oh, we've got lampposts now. That's dainty. Where are these stones? I want to be able to use the stones properly. Oh, nosy. I mean, you'd have thought you take out the lamppost. You know, I've had many a crash in cars over time. I'm not looking at my missus who's currently in the room at the moment, but I'm sure she's nodding very vehemently over that. And lampposts tend to crumple when you hit them. That's one thing I have found. Oh, bouncy. Oh, no. Off we go. Little jump. Just a little jump. Little jump. Yay. Dinky. Let's get the speed up. Oh, time. Awesome. Ah, football! Oh, we missed it. But it does tend to throw a lot at you, that's for sure. I think I'd feel shortchanged if the speed of the game wasn't any more than what it is. It's hard enough to try and prioritise what you're going for right now anyway, let alone... Can we do it? Hey, here we go, look at that! Oh. Alright. Well, at least we got the... Oh! Top! Awesome! See, it's perseverance. You know what? I'm going to put my actual initials in. Why not? Hey! So, yeah, that's a highlight, I guess. We've only got one more to do. We might as well do it. I know I'm jibber-jabbering through all this, but I feel like I'm on a little bit of a high now after doing all that. Is it any shorter? Don't know. I think my aim... Oh! Well, we definitely don't have the 3 lanes. We could probably do with trying to hit a football. I think that's the only other thing I haven't done in this section yet, other than like, getting all the flags we can. Look at that, beautiful. How long can I keep it going? Oh, okay. So note to self. Oh, just hang on. So does that mean we can go on the water? Oh, there was me thinking it was water. What the bloody hell is that then? Oh, I'm missing all the critical stuff now. I mean, slope. Yes. Slopes I've learned. Slopes, that's great. That works well with us. But what we write, what in the natural earth is blue? Is a blue yet solid? Is it ice? Are we on? I suppose we're in the south. But then again, we're in the south. Yet there's palm trees everywhere. Explain that to me. I mean, there's sand. Sand is fine. Sand and palm trees, they go. But then we have blue. Could that just be a problem with the game? Possibly, maybe. Bouncy, bouncy. Oh, no. Oh, we're good. We're fine. Don't panic. It's all going well. Oh no, that's a wall. Okay. Can't do a lot about that. I mean, according to this, we are travelling at 100 and 226 kilometers an hour. Now, I'm not renowned for working speeds out to miles per hour, which is what generally we use in this country, the UK. Say the UK, England. But jump over it. Awesome. Oh, we got the football. That's it. Life goal completed. I can die happy now. Oh, as it turns out, I've hit a big rock, so I will probably die. But that's going to be what, like 190 miles an hour? About? Seems pretty quick for a buggy, you know. Let's face it, it looks like a dune buggy. Oh, we made it. Go. Oh, should we press that? There we go. So we're just out for points at this point. We know we're not going to make it to the next checkpoint. So we've got to get the time, that's for sure, and not crash again. Again, probably easier said than done. No, missed it. I hit a tumbleweed, which apparently totals your car. But that's fine. That's fine. As I said, I can die happy at this point. Oh, big wall. Football. Hey, 2 for 1. Or 2 for 2 even. All these buggies don't do well, though. They tend to stick to the side. Do you reckon they're there just to sort of put you off? Oh, missed the time. That's it. It's all over. Good night, Vienna. Come on, let's get a 30. Ah, oh, awesome. Go on, hit me with it. Hey, smashed it. Smashed the high score. Oh, that's great. That is great. So, that was Buggy Boy for the Commodore 64, a game I grew up with and spent a hell of a lot of time on, actually. When I look at all my favourite games I've played on the Commodore 64 throughout the time, Buggy Boy isn't one which immediately jumps to mind, but when I think about the amount of time I've actually spent in-game, this definitely ranks up there as one of the highest. So there we go. Buggy Boy for the Commodore 64. Let's do a fancy little shimmery thing to transition between this and the Buggy Boy of the arcades, and check that out for the first time. And this is the full fat Buggy Boy from the arcade. This is, well, the first thing you have to take into account is the aspect ratio. This is based on the original cabinet which was brought out, which had 3 screens, which is why it's all in widescreen. And first impressions, well, it's a bit garish, isn't it? I know that the 8-bit games were a little bit softer in colour, but honestly, I think I prefer it. I'd say that the colours even look a bit more sort of basic. I don't know if that's because they just stand out a lot more, but the buggy seems to be, although it's slightly more detailed, I just don't feel it. I just think the Commodore 64 version is just a lot softer and in turn looks a lot better. Obviously, the details of the background seem a bit better, but anyway, we're jumping on to things. This is the 3-screen version, which is why we have the panoramic view. This was released in 1985, although a couple of years later they did release what was called Buggy Boy Jr on a single-screen upright cabinet, and it is based on the steering wheel control scheme. So I'm currently playing this on a Xbox 360 controller, so it's not the best. I've had to mess about a little bit with the controls to make them a little bit less sensitive so I can actually play the bloody thing. But enough jibber jabber. Let's crack in, shall we? So I'm going to put our old credits in. 4 credits should be enough. And we'll start with off-road and we'll make our way around. In fact, in that case, we're going to need 5 credits. There we go. And we'll just see how we get on, shall we? So the music's pretty much the same. Go! So. Oh. Change gear. There we go. And oh. Didn't like that. It would appear there's some sort of penalty for churning too quickly, and it tends to, I don't know if it's supposed to make you not turn the steering wheel on the arcade any slower to make it a bit smoother, but it seems to sort of almost like skid out. I've got to change gear. Yeah, I suppose that's something you'd get used to as you played it more. Can you see that? That's a bit, it's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Not something, oh dear. Oh, you can control, I was about to say you can control the car in the air, which is a good thing, but obviously not that well. Other than that, oh dear. And we need time. I don't even know what time we've got at the moment. Oh, lordy. It definitely doesn't give you... No ranking, that's fine. I expected that. It definitely doesn't give you as much time. Once your time runs out, it sort of ends a lot more abruptly. Let's go to North. See how we get on with that. But yeah, I understand, 2 years, especially back in the 80s, could mean a whole lot of difference when it comes to graphics. But there's a little bit more detail on the background as far as the mountains are concerned. The trees, yeah, there's a little bit more colour to them. I've got to change gear. But again, I'm not thinking this is... Oh dear. Oh dear. I think this is generally... What? I have no idea why I blew up. I'm not feeling this in all fairness. I think this time around, although obviously you were restricted... That worked out well. You're restricted to what the computer can do, or in turn what the arcade can do. This does feel like a step down. I'm used to playing arcade conversions on the Commodore 64 and taking a certain amount of not so much of a downgrade, but there's obviously certain limitations on the... What? I got the timer banner and I still ran out of time? Alright, okay. Cool, I guess. Let's try East. But yeah, maybe it's one of those things which you just get accustomed to the more you play. Those fingers are ugly. Those fingers are ugly. I mean, the sound's pretty much bang on as far as that's concerned. I'll change up again. It seems they have all of the same... Yeah, I had to do that. They've got the same sort of obstacles that was in the Commodore 64 version. I haven't seen a football yet, but let's face it, we haven't really got that far. So that could be something which changes. Get the time! 30 seconds. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I prefer the Commodore 64. As I said, I spent a lot of time on the Commodore 64 version as a child. Again, 1985, I'm sure this was top of the line, but I'm just personally not feeling it. I think this is something I probably wouldn't oh dear, I wouldn't play again straight off. I mean, maybe the Buggy Boy Jr. is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, being released after the triple screen version. I don't know. Maybe that's something I should probably look into. Not now, but yeah. Go! Enough talking, enough getting technical. Let's just try and enjoy the game for the last 2 maps. We're going to go quick. Let's do a jump. Boom. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on as far as... Is that good? Oh, just about. I have no idea what's going on as far as... Oh! Lots of jumps. And again. Hey! Completely lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, the skidding. I have no idea what's going on with the skidding. That's just something I think you've got to live with. I suppose in the arcade, it's not like you can instantly go from full-on left turn to full-on right turn. So maybe that's the reason for that. Maybe it's drifting. Maybe this is like the first game to allow you to drift, which I'm not even aware of. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, as far as the emulation is concerned, I don't feel like it's you know, missing anything. There's no extra lines put through from screen dithering or anything like that. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Game over. Let's do the last one and we'll call it. Oh, look at that beautiful sea. Glistening, I tell you. At the moment, just so you know, I am recording in, oh God, in the middle of a heat wave. It is currently, or at least it was on my way home from work today, it was reading 35 degrees in the car. And I'm now sat in my front room, doors closed, fans off, so I've got no sound issues. And oh my God, it's warm. So to see a palm tree, I suppose, is quite fitting right now. Although I can't remember travelling past any large rocks in the middle of the road on the way home. But hey, maybe they're there now. But yeah, I mean, just to make it to a checkpoint, I suppose it would be a good thing right now. It does seem very strict, actually, on the time compared to the C64 version. Couldn't really do a lot there. Am I going to hit another one? Oh, right, let me through. That's fine. Okay, bridge. Let's do this. I mean, I'm guessing being the arcade version, there was never a sort of joystick version made available. So I suppose the control scheme isn't necessarily the best as far as it's concerned. I'm new to Mame, so I don't know how it works. I was hoping I could find a way of making it so if I push forward and then curved it to the left and right, that I'd be able to control it a little bit more sensitively, but I can't come across that. If you know, let me know in the comments section. And again, let me know which version you think's the best. But I do think Commodore 64 here reigns supreme. So we shall call it there. Thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.